The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair. Walk with me. Excuse me. All summer long we sang a song and strolled that golden sand to sweethearts and the summer wind. All right, who's here? Chimmery, you got the number one spot today. Willie Blazes in, Zuchan, S Blank, Jake from SF is here. Danielle, Dan F, Dorcas McForcus. I say it over and over. I love you guys' screen's name. Hey, Spazdev, and Codes in, and Edwin. Hey, good to see you again, Edwin. Domenico, good to see you again. Maduro Chia came back, and so is Zenkai. Jill is here. Jill says, what? I just clipping my toenails and got a notification. Now, see, now I'm about to express to you guys why you come here for live streams. Something as random as Jill is clipping her toenails, and I have a clipping toenail story. I told you guys that I've been back to the gym working out. Now that we're down here in North Carolina, found a great gym. I really enjoy it. And I decided I want to go back to powerlifting and just try and keep my strength up as long as I can, especially with having to be there to be able to lift my stepdaughter and move her around and everything. So 2 days ago was leg day. First time I've done heavy, full Olympic bar free squats in over 15 and probably closer to 20 years. So, and some things never leave you. If I'm going to work out, I'm going to pound it. That's just my take on things. So I worked them hard. And then last night, I decided to clip my toenails. And every time I would lean forward to try and get to them, my quads would go, ah! They would scream. I couldn't do it. I felt like an 80-year-old man. I'm like, I gotta wait. I can't clip my toenails yet. Every time I lean over this leg, oh man, it just felt like somebody was taking a knife into my thighs. Cressy says, how's the previously almost snapped off toe? That's fine. That's like I say, other than being a little bit larger than it's supposed to be. And I will say this too, talking about toenails, for some reason, ever since I broke it off, I don't know what this would have to do with it, blood flow or something. That toenail is like steel. I almost have to bring in like power tools to clip that toenail. Nicholas says, Curtis, that ultimate power should be called Gusher instinct. Now that's a quality instinctive right there. Oh, and here's Susan again, you guys. Because Susan wants to make sure that she gets every money-making opportunity. Just got to pop up in my dashboard here. Hey, now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. Jesus Christ. I have pounded, I did say, Zuchen. Toby Garten. Now, you want to know how fucked up I am today, Toby? I just glanced at your name, and immediately, well, this is my old school wrestling fan brain aneurysm's coming back. I thought it said Tony Gurria. Hey Tony, how you doing in the chat? How you like the new house? Are you gonna miss the old setup at the other house? I love the new house. Not gonna miss the old setup. It's basically the same. Bigger room. I still have a little bit, and I know you guys are probably not even noticing it. There's a tiny little bit of echo, and that's annoying me. I've got a pattern of the sound absorbing, I don't know, whatever you call them, the sound absorbing pads there on this wall in front of me. I've got a big blanket here to the right of me, and it had taken out pretty much all the echo, but the ceilings are high in here, and I've still got one wall over on that side that's, well, I'm going to put some pictures up there, and that'll help grab some of the echo as well. So hopefully but other than that, it's basically the same setup. Let's see. Favorite film or film series music? I don't know if I have a single favorite film. My favorite film series is Toy Story Group. The 4 Toy Story movies, I absolutely love them. Curtis, out of curiosity, Jill says, how much is your overall cost of your computer setup? I don't even know. Knowing what this computer has in it, you could probably, if you don't want to build it yourself, you could probably buy this PC 1400, I'm thinking. And then I have one standard basic monitor, and then one that's a much higher refresh rate. So the monitor to my left here you can pick up for $120. The monitor to my right here, probably $250, something like that, and that's basically it. I've had this same computer set. I've upgraded it, but I've had the same computer for several years now. Anyway, Wolf says, just got in, that thumbnail is brilliant. God damn it, I gotta remember which one again. That's terrible how bad my memory is. Anytime somebody mentions something about the thumbnail, I've already forgotten which one I used. Oh yeah, that was made for me. I'm not good enough to have made that myself. That was made for me by La République. Made me that. Yes, I love that. That is just so. He did such a phenomenal job with that. Gabe says, we wrote letters to a kid with cancer. My letter read, it's a bumpy road, but soon you'll have a straight path. People didn't realize it was meant for his heart monitor. Jeez. Oh. Zuchan says, when my Uncle Frank died, I had an Uncle Frank, and he is dead. He wanted his cremations to be buried in his favorite beer mug. His last wish was to be Frank in Stein. You think Boo's sexy? Yeah, of course. I remember Ascended saying, I remember most of the Fat Boo moments. I love Fat Boo. Domenico says, hey, Curtis, I forgot to tell you, I have a collection of ducks range around 180 and 200. Holy shit. Wow. God damn. Oh, no. Big Green, actually, I'm glad. Big Green says, so what was that about channel direction? Are we waiting for more people to find their way in here? No, we've got a good little group. Susan actually gave us some notifications. It's been going by. Big Green. Are any other mods in here? Chrome's in. Okay, I missed it when Chrome said hi. Good. Chrome's here. Let's give him Loot's here too. Okay. And we can talk about it again. I've been thinking about it for some time, you guys. I know it's called Spaz Boys Comedy, but for whatever reason, over the flow of time and the different things that we've posted here, comedy is not particularly popular here. Like when I do little sketch bits over at TikTok, for instance, they fly. Here it's just like there's not a lot of interest, and that's not a complaint. It's the way things go. I've been seriously considering, and I think I am going that way. Now, you see that post I made today about that TikToker who made that just really in poor taste video about how to improve the look of that young actress. I'm thinking, and I'll give you the model I'm after. I am a big fan of Critical, Penguin Zoe, wherever you want to call Charlie. Always have been. Love the way he's run his channel from the time it started. And again, somebody I've followed for a long time. I really like the way he does things. I would like to go towards content geared more towards, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Charlie and what he does now, geared towards what he's doing. And that type of video is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, tomorrow, I have another one coming up. I wanted to talk to people. Sometimes it'll be lighthearted. Sometimes it'll be more serious. And a lot of times it'll just be stuff I see online like that either make me laugh, irritate me, whatever the case may be, and just bring it to you guys and see what you guys think too. I'm thinking of moving the content that way. It seems to be popular here. We've learned this from the live streams. We have a lot of really thoughtful people here. And the big difference is at both TikTok and YouTube, you can see the demographics that, the people who are coming to watch you. We have a much older demographic here than I have at TikTok. Now, at TikTok, they like this silly over-the-top humor, whereas here, people tend to like things that are a little bit more cerebral. So I'm thinking of really going that way. And I also like doing, because I am somebody who's very, very hyped up, and I, for whatever reason, I'm a really positive person almost all the time. I'm thinking of doing more videos that are like that, like what I posted last night about the parallel between the John Tate Mike Weaver fight, and how no matter how many rounds in a row you get your ass beat, there's still always another round to go. As long as you're still standing, you got a shot. And I'm thinking of moving the channel mostly to that. Now, the problem with that will be this channel isn't what's necessarily what supports us and allows me to do this all day, every day. It's the Goosh. And the people at the Goosh find their way there through the channel. So I don't know if I'm going to be going away from reaction videos here, or largely away from reaction videos here. We'll still do some try not to laughs and stuff. I still enjoy those. I don't know if that will negatively impact the Goosh and potentially negatively impact the ability to continue doing this day after day. So you guys tell me. That's TikTok is for kids. Big Green says, yeah, pretty much. You guys tell. What do you think? What do you guys think of that? Willie says, I'd love it, but you need to grow your hair like Charlie. Oh, I would look so shit with long hair. I never had long hair, Willie. Never liked it, but I would look, oh, my hair is so thick and stuff. It would look real garbage, because I could still grow it out. My hair grows in fast, but it would look like shit. Jill says, I kind of miss your content when it was still called Curtis Spaz Gamer, especially your Omegle trolls with Squeaker Brax. Well, of course, we won't have Squeaker Brax back anytime soon. But even those, I tried them again since and stuff. And for whatever reason, just the majority of the audience here is just not into that stuff. I posted some Omegle, and people were just like, nah. And and it was some good stuff. I found some good people on Omegle. Chrome says, sure. Let's see. Anyway, says that's one of the hardest parts about building my reaction channel. YouTube is critical for getting people to Patreon. Right. So I may have to think of, or try and come up with another way to promote all the anime stuff that we do over at the Goosh, because I think the Goosh is and I say this modestly, but I think the Goosh is a great community, and we have a lot of fun there, and there's a ton of, and I think the Gooshers here will back me up on it, ton of content there for, bang for your buck. But you still got to get word out. Now, what I can do is continue on here as I have been with the anime tournaments that we've been doing, the favorite Naruto character, stuff like that. A lot of that seems to be pretty popular here as well. TikTok was never meant for kids, but the people on there sure act like them. Yeah, science fan, indeed. SpazF says, yes, you can change it up, but not completely. I think you should do what you are doing now and have been while doing some new stuff. Well, it depends on what you mean by what you have been doing now. You have to remember, too, how odd the YouTube algorithm has gotten. If you continually... how should I say it? If you continually do a variety of different things at your channel, YouTube algorithm doesn't like that anymore. They want to know exactly what you're trying to do. Willie says, it's definitely bang for my buck. I do miss the Minecraft server, though. Oh, there's no saying we couldn't bring that back someday. I love Minecraft. Phil says, is there a way to talk about the video that really pissed you off that I disagreed with? What do you mean? Yeah, you're here, Phil. you can talk about it right here. Yeah, the try not to laughs, I would probably never entirely phase out just because they're so much fun. But I would even those, if they're not specific, if they're not try not to laughs at cartoons, which is fine with me because I'm a cartoon freak. But if it's not Simpsons, American Dad, South Park, stuff like that, even those aren't super popular. I think if we continue on making the videos like we made today about that TikToker who had that horrific take on what she would do to that actress as far as her cosmetic surgery, I think that stuff here will do better and will build better. I think we can get a lot of people in and have a good community to talk about that stuff. Pandow says, you should play Minecraft and insult Republicans since that's what YouTube apparently wants. That would be very friendly to the algorithm. You're not wrong. Well, we know, I mean, Google is extremely left leaning. So yes, that would that would make them happy. Scar says, I'd love a series where you just go on unhinged rants that have some weird ass moral behind them. Well, I don't know if that would be a series, but yes, well, Solaris, you've seen that. That's happened in the past. So whenever that motivation would hit me, you would see stuff like that. Absolutely. Hey, James says, oh, hey, it's me, James. I don't think you would remember me, but I've been a fan since you were reacting to Filthy Frank's content. Glad to still see you uploading. Still have a good day, you absolute Chad. Well, thanks, James. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. I miss Papa Frank. I'll say it over and over. That's a brilliant comedic mind. I don't care how many people try and disparage him or poo-poo him away saying, oh, it's just fart humor. Listen, if it were easy, everybody would do it. It ain't. Yeah, Big Green, obey the algorithm. Dimension Master says, is the algorithm really that much of a problem for you? Doesn't the Goosh have you covered? I'm not sure what you mean. Doesn't the Goosh have me covered how? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean, Dimension Master. I don't know what you mean by that. Gabe says, my stepdad has stage 4 cancer. Ooh. And is going through chemotherapy. At least he saves money on shampoo and conditioner. Oh, yikes. Yikes. Yeah, Filthy Frank reaction. That was good times. That really was. Well, you think he means income wise? Yeah, well, as I said, the Goosh is supplied by the YouTube channel. So if we are get unfriendly algorithm here, then you don't have the Goosh, or that's what you fear. The Goosh will be gone. Vegito Super God says that Thanos thumbnail got me. I thought it was a Thanos movie that was starring you. Like I say, that was La Republique did a phenomenal job on that. That always makes me laugh, that one. Dorcas McQuarka says, I like the American Dad reactions. This is bribery. Oh, no, you don't have to bribe for those. Like I say, those will stay. But it'll probably be more of a case of doing videos like what you saw today. And then every third, fourth day or so, we'll throw in a Try Not to Laugh for as long as we have content for the Try Not to Laughs that you guys want to watch. Except the bribery, Jack says. Grego says, anyone know if my question of will he and Spaz Kid, will he finish doing RVBR? Are they done with Spaz Kid? Guys, Spaz Kid lives 10 hours away from me now. We won't be able in the immediate future to team up for any videos. Again, him and his girlfriend live in, well, now the southern part of upstate New York, and I live in North Carolina. Milag says, what about more short anime clips like the ones you've been doing that still keep the anime tone and will bring people who want to see the full reaction of the Goose? I like those. I always thought those would be more popular than they are. I'm on the fence about what to do with them. I like doing those. I've got a whole list from the Gooshers, a whole list of moments that they think would be good moments to bring over here. So I may try a few more of them yet. Surprisingly, they don't seem to bring a lot of people through to the Goosh, but I enjoy doing them. Jack says, I love ball tickles. Consider this bribery. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Once again, you don't need to bribe. Negativity says the anime tournaments are fun. They are. I like those. Even from an algorithm perspective, engagement and community tab is apparently really valuable to the algorithm. Not as much as it used to be, but it is. You're right. Not as big as it was, but definitely it is. Yeah, and I like doing those too. And we're just about to finish the first round of the Naruto tournament, and then we'll be getting started on the second entire round, the second, uh, yeah, the second brackets. And it's always fun because some of I just picked, pick the characters, the 64 characters, and then the matchups are all made randomly. And it cracks me up how many people get tweaked because they're like, well, this is ridiculous. So-and-so is going to beat so-and-so by, 90 freaking points. It's like, well, that's what happens when you use randomness. That's what makes it fun. Chrome says, did you see all the Comic-Con announcements the last few days? No. They confirmed the first Avatar film in 2024 will be with Aang in the game. I did see that. And Marvel announced like 20 projects. The Avatar thing was brought up to me over at the Goosh. That I saw. I didn't see anything else on that though. Of the other things that came up there. Carl says, are you still mad at the lady who tried to fix Natalia Dyer's face? I hope you do. I just think it was horribly, horribly ill-advised thing to do. I mean, what would possess somebody to think that's a good idea to make a video, especially of a young woman, explaining how you would make her more attractive? That's douchey at the least. I'm stunned that somebody would do something like that again. And I said it facetiously, but it's true. If you had somebody that looked like me and you wanted to do it, it would at least make sense. I'm old and beaten. This is some raggedy shit here. So if you wanted to make a video saying, hey, we can even take something like this and make it more aesthetically pleasing, at least that would make sense in a video. Taking a beautiful young girl like that and talking about how you're going to make her prettier is insulting as hell. Jester says, time to punch your feels in the D. Remember Vegeta's sacrifice. That was a rough one, Jester. You're right. Absolutely. That's right up there with all the big feels punch moments, with Meruem and Komugi and Naruto's parents on the nail of the Nine Tails. And yeah, it's right up there with all of them. Spazdev says, I don't know if I'd want the entire channel turned into the video that came out today. It isn't really interesting or fun to me like the other stuff. Well, I say Spazdev too, but you can go through and look. You can see that a lot of the other stuff isn't fun and entertaining to a lot of the gang here. It just, for whatever reason, it isn't. Now, the try not to laughs seem to be, but things along those lines seem to be much more appealing to a wider group of people. Phil says, you said I was either trolling or not too bright. Please elaborate on that to me. Oh, sure. Let me get the quote again. Yes, that you were clearly believe one of the two. Hold on. Let me get this. Phil wants to know why
you like anime?
Said. This is on the video that was posted today about the TikToker who made the video about that young actress. Just so you guys know what we're talking about. Hold on. I got to find your comment. I don't want to comment on it specifically. The hell is it? Sure, now I can't find it. There it is. Okay, Phil said on that video, I'll get right to yours, Edgar. Phil said on that video, and I'm reading this quote, or his post, honestly, man, I think it's just you. Whatever she's talking about doesn't affect anyone. If you don't like what she said, then wash your hands of it and go on. This is not worth hanging your hat on. I said, doesn't affect anyone. The reason it's obnoxious is specifically because of the way it potentially affects people. Are you trolling or just not too bright? Yes, I stand by that. What I meant, Phil, was I thought that was pretty obvious too. When you have somebody like this woman in the white jacket who is representative of a medical community saying this is what this beautiful young woman needs to do to her face to make her more beautiful, make her more attractive, make the world see her as more desirable, you are absolutely adversely affecting a whole potential world full of impressionable young women who are known to have self-esteem issues left and right anyway. And now you have this medical professional saying, well, even if you're as pretty as this actress, this beautiful young actress, even if you look like her, there's still a lot you need to do to make yourself up to a certain standard of beauty. So I thought you might be trolling, because to say that doesn't affect anyone is mind numbing, to say the least. That explain it? Edgar says, "Hey Curtis, maybe someone already brought it up, but what are your thoughts on Vince retiring, and do you see the future of the WWE improving after this?" Thoughts on him retiring, given what he's going through right now, not surprised. I don't think if these charges were levied, he would have retired right now. But the man is almost 80. And I think it was coming fairly soon anyway. So not surprised. I think the future of the WWE has a potential to get much brighter. Yes. Yes, I do. Vince, I think, I like Vince too. I have nothing against Vince McMahon, but I do think his more like tend to be stuck in the old way of doing things has hampered them a lot. So if Stephanie is going to come out and take the reins off a little bit, for one thing, get rid of this PG crap, I think it's got the potential to be much better. I hope so. Jester says, "I asked my mom for a fun fact. She said she can still take my dad's fist up to the elbow. Never asking that again." Jeez, Jester, you gave me a shiver with that one. Oh, god damn. oh. Krusty says, "Give a man a match and he'll be warm for a few hours. Set a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life." I kind of like that one, Krusty. Chrome says, "This is a chart of the Marvel announcements. Some things I'm cautiously optimistic for, like the Disney Plus Daredevil series." Okay, let me take a look. And hold on, guys. I'm just going to look at Chrome's link just real quick. MCU Phase 4, 5, and 6. Oh. Black Widow, Hawkeye, Shang-Chi. Oh, wait, what was that? I missed that. I don't mind checking out She-Hulk. I remember when She-Hulk came out in the comics. That was kind of cool, actually. The Marvels? Yeah, there's some stuff on there that looks interesting to me. There's some stuff that looks interesting. Lute says, "Personal 2 cents. The Try Not to Laughs were better when they were varied. After Addicts videos had to go because the strikes have been mainly Family Guy TNTLs that don't really interest me much." I'll tell you, Lute, there's, I don't necessarily disagree, but there just aren't a lot of good Try Not to Laughs out there. I have, since Addicts, probably half a dozen of them, of, the Try Not to Laughs that people put together online. I've started, and they just weren't funny. They weren't funny enough to bother posting it for you guys. Attic was really exceptional at that. Excuse me. Gabe says, "Alicia Silverstone is really starting to gain a lot of hate because of revealing that she co-sleeps with her 11-year-old son." What does co-sleeps mean? Isn't it just sleeps? What the fuck? Yeah, that's a little odd. Empire Jeff says, "Your Vegeta sacrifice video has over 1 million views." I think that might be our most viewed video. If it isn't, it's in the top 3 for sure. Big Green says, "Yeah, from what I've seen, Addict made the best ones by far." Big Green. And I got to be careful too now, because they came after me with a vengeance over those videos. So I can't, if I see something like Addicts videos, I can't even do them anyway. I can't take the chance. Excuse me. Hold on a second here. Gabe says, "Co-sleeping is a practice in which babies and young children sleep close to one or both parents as opposed to a separate room." I don't know. As a parent, I don't personally, I don't think that would be a good idea at all. I think it's very important for kids to be, in those situations, out on their own, learning to handle things on their own. I don't think you prepare them for life well at all by having them right there in the bed with you all the time. I mean, it's part of parenting is teaching your child to be prepared for as they have to depart from you. Oh no, Chrome says, oh, you haven't seen the She-Hulk trailer. It was bad. Shit. Wine Mum Humor and She-Hulk looks like she has GTA 5 level CGI. Ah, shit. Daredevil will be in it, though. Figures they'll ruin that one. I liked She-Hulk when it came out in the comics. God damn it. Actually, Lud, I have asked people for recommendations. I've looked at a lot of the channels, and again, I'm not seeing much of anything. And again, there's another problem there too, Lud. If it gets close to Addicts, if you have a lineup similar to Addicts, I can't do it because they were just absolutely making up shit. Now we still have we have the warning forever on the channel because of an Addict 1 video. We still have the strike on the channel until late September because of an Addict 1 video, and it was absolutely mundane stuff. YouTube just decided, you guys know how it is. They decide they don't like certain things. They apparently, whatever reason, didn't like Addict 1's reaction or Try Not to Laughs, and they come at you. So I can't take a chance on it. AZN says Hall of Fame game August 4th. Raiders versus Jags. NFL back. Oh, I know. Huh. I just like when football season starts getting here. Gets me jacked up. I know NFL is first, but I'm a huge college football fan. Yeah. That's right. And my grandson's favorite team is the Jags. Hydra says, hey, Curtis, hope your day has been well. It has. By the way, I am on Bumble and started talking with a girl yesterday. I think we hit it off, and I'm excited for the future. I think we can build something special. Good for you. I hope it does work out. Hope it works out really well for you. Philip says, I saw the She-Hulk trailer. What's the point of a training arc if the heroine can already outshine the mentor and just gloats about it? It's too bad. It sounds like they kind of fucked it up, huh? That's too bad. Like I say, I like She-Hulk in the comics. Jake says, it's inappropriate to tell a dad joke when you're not a dad. It's a faux pas. Oh, now that's a quality terrible pun right there. Yow. Negativity says, I'm split on this plastic surgery thing. On one hand, it's very shitty if you're the subject of the video and it contributes to insecurities. Absolutely. On the other hand, the concept is super interesting to me. Right, but that's why there's no need to be split negativity. Nobody is suggesting that plastic surgery is a bad thing. If somebody's insecure about shape of their nose, their boobs, their face, whatever, and they want to go to a plastic surgeon and that plastic surgeon will make them feel better about themselves, good for you. More power to it. This was specifically about this woman who's apparently a professional in the field, picking out this beautiful young actress and stating how she could make her more attractive and what things she would need to do to be prettier. This actress didn't ask for that. She didn't ask her, for her opinion on what kind of plastic surgery she could get. And it's very, very disrespectful, obnoxious, and to be honest, really douchey to do something like that to someone who didn't ask for an opinion like that. Krusty says, a kid decided to burn his house down. His dad watched, tears in his eyes. He put his arm around the mom and said, that's arson. Jesus Christ. You guys are on a freaking roll today. Oh, excuse me, guys. Let me just check this. Box Lunch is desperate for me. Box Lunch must be hurting. They're desperate for me to buy some more anime t-shirts. Hoink says, as a communist, I am personally offended that YouTube isn't doing enough to promote content that makes people starve to death. Ban everyone who doesn't promote burning food. God damn, you guys are funny. Hey, Lix. Lix says it's weird because Mark Ruffalo Hulk looks actually decent in the trailer, and then She-Hulk looks like a green Smurf. Why do they have to fuck that up? Jeez, I was looking forward to that when I saw that. Saw the name on there, so She-Hulk name. Oh, link to the trailer? Let me take a quick peek on Chrome's link here. Oh. She does it. What this uh, person on Twitter said is true. She does look like the Polar Express animation. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, that's the, oh, come on. Why'd you guys have to screw this up? God damn it.
Wow! Gee!
I'm just watching a little of the trailer, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, I can't. Oh yeah, not liking this. Not liking the aesthetics at all. God damn it. Code says it's 2022 and people are still struggling that beauty, like a lot of things in life, are very subjective. Yeah, I mean, and again, just to pick that young actress as the point of her little well, what do I want to say, class on becoming the beauty icon that you can be is just, as I said, extremely disrespectful. And you guys know me and the whole disrespect thing. I just. Zuchen says, today I decided to go visit my childhood home. I asked the residents if I could come inside because I was feeling nostalgic, but they refused and slammed the door in my face. My parents are the worst. I've heard that one. Rosa says, Curtis, say walnut 5 times and read the rest of my message. 5 times. Say walnut 5. I said 5 times. Walnut, 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 walnut. If you're gay. Okay. Yeah. Big Green. Anime merch website. Come on, Curtis. Consume. That freaking armoire I have is loaded, and I mean literally loaded with freaking anime shirts. I have a problem. And I've cut down a lot recently, and I still have a problem. Lute says, beyond the Loki series, Spider-Man, NWH, and the new Doctor Strange, Phase 4 has mostly been meh. Still got to see the new Thor, but for me, overall, after Endgame, it's going to take a lot to really bring me in again. Yeah, Endgame was so good. Braxton's girlfriend just went and saw the new Thor movie. He said it was good. He said it was heavy on the comedy. He said, but the comedy was spot on. It was funny. Fringe says, could you fight an alligator on land and win? Don't know if I want to try. That would be a fight I would take up only if there was no other alternative. Blue Wolf's the saddest anime backstory. Impossible to say right off the top of my head. I mean, we're talking anime here. There are so many sad backstories that if I were to try and name the saddest right now, I'd certainly be forgetting something. Lick says, we can only hope that woman doesn't have any insecurities about her looks. Otherwise, this might be genuinely damaging. Sure. And even more so just to the greater female population, Licks. I mean, again, so many young girls who may not have even thought of something like that watch a video like that and they're like, oh, well, my face is shaped like that too. So am I ugly? Am I imperfect? Do I need work? And that is the type of thing that, especially to young, impressionable girls, the kind of thing that gets to them. It's just insanely irresponsible, that video. Chrome says, on Maybe Bright Side, they announced the X-Men 97 cartoon is coming back. It's looking pretty faithful to the original cartoon. Magneto will be the new leader, though, because Xavier died in the original. See, I never got too much into X-Men. My older son did. My oldest son was really an X-Men freak. He still got some of the old X-Men comics and stuff and everything, but I never got into that as much. Gabe says, it looks like right now some of the storm system is going over my area, but there's a huge chunk of the system that will come my area. You're probably going to get some stuff that I will get. I know they're saying we got some coming this way. I'm a weather nerd. I always keep my radar on here. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's just about to us. It's weird, right where I am though. For whatever reason, a lot of the time, as the stuff moves from west to east, and it's doing it a lot again today, it dissipates shortly before it gets to us. I don't know if there's a dryness in the air here or what, but it is weird how that happens a lot. All around us gets it pretty good, and especially to the west of us, and then we don't get as much. Just in the couple weeks I've been here. Krusty says, isn't it interesting how a plastic surgeon is telling people how they'll fix up someone's face and body? Preying on others' insecurities is basically how they have a job in the first place. Kind of dumb but sad. Yeah. I mean, it was just, again, to me, it was just insanely irresponsible. Why take the chance of making so many people feel bad about the way they look? You know, if somebody, again, as I said, I got nothing against plastic surgery. If somebody comes to the doctor or comes to that lady and says, hey, listen, this is something about myself I'm not satisfied with. Can you help me improve it? That's fine. But to randomly pick somebody and explain why they need to do this, that, or the other to be hot or more attractive is pretty fucked up. That's entirely true, Mortem. The internet harvests a flock of morons who openly boast their negative opinions on others. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm thinking tomorrow too. I've had some kind of concerning thoughts. I'm thinking of posting a video either tomorrow or the next day, talking about how or asking how likely do you think it is that we will be facing a World War III at some point in the not too distant future? And the only reason it's come back up for me is and I'll explain it in the video. I have some thoughts that are not commonly associated with that necessarily, but I think are going to add to the potential for it to happen. And if I do post that early in the day, then later in the day, it's another thing I was going to make as a little bit of a change. Sometimes when we have these discussion videos that I post, the stream I do later will take that up. So you guys, anybody that doesn't want to, wants to have the conversation about whatever the topic was in a real live forum in real time can do so as well. This is Nolan North will be voicing Ganondorf. Support him. Good screen name. Triple H is in charge of creative of WWE. It's a wonderful day for pro wrestling. I trust Triple H's judgment based on NXT. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of at, Nolan, as far as I said earlier. I think Vince was too stuck in the mud a little bit. And I do think Stephanie and Triple H have the potential to loosen the reins a bit and maybe liven things up, because things have been stuck for WWE. The writing's been piss poor. And this PG stuff is ridiculous. Jack says, I thought we weren't doing those vids anymore. I wasn't doing them for a while. As I said, Jack, that's right. You weren't in here at the beginning. For whatever reason, just in general, comedy on this channel, it's Spaz Boys comedy, but we don't have a comedy-oriented audience here anymore. And I base that not only on views, as I said, I watch times too. And now, like a video I posted today, not only does okay for views, but does really well for watch time, which means people are actually interested in that stuff. Excuse me. My throat's starting to go. Gabe says, I think the reason why they dissipate before hitting your area is because since warm, moist air can no longer rise, cloud droplets can no longer form. Storm dies out with light rain. Yeah, we just a couple weeks we've been down here, Gabe, because obviously the hot weather we've been having. We've only gotten a little bit of rain, a few storms here or there, and most of it just, I watch the radar, and it heads towards us, and then it goes, nah, fuck it, and then it doesn't bother. AZ Boss says, I hope they go back to the Attitude Era of wrestling. I think that would be the move. My opinion, yeah. Look, says, yeah, I fucking hate comedy. Jill says the reshoots are killing the beauty of Marvel movies. They do the original shoots in natural spaces, but when they do changes in dialogues or something like that, they have to use a lot of green screen. Oh, Undertaker is absolutely one of the OGs, Mortem. Mark Calloway's brilliant. Chrome says, I seriously doubt it'll happen. The fact we barely had a response to China releasing COVID on the world tells me it's not that likely. World leaders don't have the stomach for it, only proxy war. I don't agree with that, or I'm sorry, I don't disagree with that element of it, and I don't think it's likely, but I will explain to you guys in the video why I believe it's a little more tenuous or a little bit more of a concern than it would have been just a few short years ago. And it's not because of Russia and Ukraine, although that adds to it, of course. Carl says, "Can you react to Louis C.K. sometime?" I like Louis. I don't know if you've ever heard him. Sure, I've watched Louis C.K. on many occasions. If you haven't, here's the deal: he's one of the funniest stand-up comedians. Finally, he's fat and old. Yeah, Louis C.K. is great. Chrome says it's the internet. There's nothing funny about it. Absolutely nothing serious all the time. Philip says, speaking of politics, Trudeau's pushing for nitrogen restrictions on fertilizer, just like, I don't know that name, Rutte did in Holland. We already have a food shortage. You want to add to that, you fucking idiot? Oh, well, again, Philip, you know how I feel about Trudeau. Oh, and I don't want to give you the wrong impression. Just because that would be a geopolitical topic, that's not all it would be. And even if when we go to more of those types of videos, a lot of times they will be humorous. It doesn't have to be something that infuriated me like this lady today. It could be something that I just found really funny and wanted to share with you guys. As a matter of fact, there will probably be a lot of cases where it's just something really funny. Again, to get an idea of what I would like the channel to become, and I think would do well here, just look at Charlie's channel. I'm a big fan of his. And I don't mean I'm going to go rip off Charlie's ideas. I mean just that type of structure, that type of content. Mortem says more golden. That's always a possibility. You never know. Golden certainly does not give a shit what I decide to lay down as the guidelines for the channel. So who the hell knows what will happen. Yeah, Chrome says a lot of countries are pushing for that now. It's one of the reasons there was a rebellion in Sri Lanka. They're destroying the food supply at the moment in the name of environmentalism. Yeah. I tell you, the world in general is a unfortunate powder keg right now. Pandolph says, do Alex Jones type videos and rave about politics, but in a funny way. Yeah, in most things I try and bring a little bit of levity into what we're talking about. But there will be some of those videos, those conversation videos that, again, it's a topic I brought up because it's something I saw on the internet that is funny and just want to share that with you guys. Rosa said, I have a friend in Belgium who I lost contact with. There was debate about raising legal retirement age in Belgium. He said he'd kill the PM if the bill went through. I genuinely hope he was joking. Me too. Yeah, me too. Hey, Tyler. Jack says, and so we come back to when are we going to tickle my balls? I feel I've been very patient. Big Green says, good thing I can't time myself out because that almost happened just now after somebody already timed the spammer out when I was going to. Wouldn't that be a kick in the ass, Big Green? Accidentally time yourself out. It's easy to make a mistake doing that stuff, especially like you say, when there's something that all the mods are going to see is inappropriate and get rid of. And if somebody gets rid of it right in front of you, you don't know what exactly you're going to click on as that goes away. OWO says, out of curiosity, do you know about Cult of Dusty? No. He's an atheist YouTuber. He's a man with a very interesting life. I guess he's near the same age as you. Oh, that's cool. No, I haven't heard of him. Excuse me. Yeah, those are ridiculous, Chrome. She says, yeah, I don't tolerate those giant emoji wall spam things. Yeah. No need for them. They're not entertaining to anybody. Excuse me. Jake says, you need to stop thinking that you're ugly. I don't think it. I know it. I mean, you are, but stop thinking about it. It's okay. Oink says, as a communist, I suddenly love the Canadian government's agricultural policy. Let's see. Milag says, what about watching compilations of Vines on YouTube? Is try not to laugh. There's a lot of them around. Those old lines can be pretty funny. Again, Milag, you have to remember that the channel was getting close to being shut down. That's why I had to remove all the Addict the One reaction videos. So if those the one video they hit me on was because it was promoting a dangerous activity when somebody had opened a door, and I don't remember the exact parameters, but somebody in the video clip, somebody opens a door and a guy is on the other side laid back and the door hits him in the nuts. And then it showed an egg cracking, to accentuate what just happened. And I got a strike for that. So, and we have a strike on the channel now. So if I get another one before the end of September, we'll be 2 weeks with no streaming, no uploading. So to say that my hands are tied on Try Not to Laugh outside of the cartoon ones would be an understatement. Nope, I'm not kidding you, Jack. That's why, because I had to pin them. When they first gave me the strike, or it ended up being a warning that sets up the strikes, they wouldn't even tell me what part of the video it was. And that's what I said to them. I said, how am I supposed to file a cogent defense if I don't even know what the hell, what's in here? They said, well, you should go through your video and be able to see what violated our guidelines if you know the guidelines. I said, no, I do know the guidelines and I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And so finally, through Twitter, I was able to get them to give me the location, the timestamp, and that's what it was. He got hit in the nuts. And they said, well, it's promoting dangerous activity, because apparently they think that it didn't look like to me like a prank. It looked like an accident. They might have been setting up a prank, but I don't think the nut shot was part of it. So they decided that would be encouraging other people to hit people in the nuts with a door. And so my video had to be struck down. Now, again, mind you, it was in an Addict the One video. And at that time, and until Addict took his videos down, that video was still up at Addict's channel, and there were tons of reactions to it. But mine had to be taken down. So, again, they're tying my hands pretty tightly on Try Not to Laugh. Oh, Jack, they're terrible. And you don't even know what a lot of it is, too. I think, again, it's that disconnect. You have people working the front lines at YouTube, and a lot of them are, hardcore political correctness to the end overseers. And if they decide they don't like you, they can just keep going through your videos on your channel and find anything like that, anything ridiculous like that they can somehow equate back to a guideline infraction and come after you for it. All they have to do is not like you. And of course, people are still not getting notifications. Right, exactly, Big Green. Chrome says, so we got to last 2 months while being good little boys and girls. YouTube is ridiculous. Yeah. And again, Chrome, that's how difficult it is to try and determine. And now, again, we have that strike, because the warning stays forever, which I think is bullshit anyway. And they just look for a reason to get a warning on your channel if they don't like you, so they can get you with strikes. But then we got the strike, and now until that goes away, we get another. And of course, we're 2 weeks without streaming or uploading. Cyril, good to see you, pal. I am here, big bald man, big bald man, big bald man. Train bad, Susan bad, big bald man. Her name is Coco. She is local. Oh, I love that song. Oh no, big bald man. I miss my fellow degenerates. How y'all been? Well, good to see you again, pal. I'm glad you popped in. Really good to see you. I love that. Wow. Yorumungan, the anime, I just freaking loved it anyway. But that Coco song, play it constantly. Millie Joe says, I recommend Jimmy Dore. I know Jimmy Dore. Comedian that discusses independent politics and does comedy shows. Yeah, I'm aware. I like him. Luke says, it's because you're promoting the abortion of baby chickens. Everyone knows that's against God. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating to you guys. That is what I got a warning on, which is essentially a strike. Negativity says it's a hard dilemma. Using people makes it possible bias, people to easily strike for no reason, but using an algorithm makes it so silly mistakes can easily happen. Well, supposedly, and I will say this, when the algorithm has hit us with stuff, because that's happened on a number of occasions, if it is egregious, it has been overturned. We've had a bunch overturned that you got a community guidelines warning for this, that, or the other, copyright or whatever it may be. And if you file your counterclaim and explain it, they have been good about overturning it. When somebody at YouTube, which is the case with each of these more recent ones, has gone and found it for themselves, then it's hard to get it overturned. I don't think they like stepping on each other's toes. It's kind of like a, wink, wink, nudge, nudge type thing. So-and-so doesn't like this guy, so let's let it stand. Zurzul says, Casper's speech to Coco at the end was so fascinating, honestly. Yeah. Upending the logic, but just adding that twist to an otherwise big moment. 10 out of 10 story. Couldn't agree with you more. I just loved that anime. That was so good. Such good characters. Oh, man. And the whole crew. I mean, Coco's whole crew was just fascinating to me. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Oh, yeah. Big Green says it's still so fucked up that YouTube can get you over videos you posted a long time ago. Yeah, they do that all the time, too. And the thing of it is, I believe sometimes they go back, and I know, sometimes they go back and they'll hit you on a video based on the current guidelines, and those guidelines were not even in place at the time that the video was posted. But like they say, hey, it's we own this shit. It's we are a private company. These are our rules. You violated them. And they're like, we're Google. Get a lawyer. I love Angel Beats, Tyler. Yes, I have seen Angel Beats, and it was fantastic. What always struck me about Angel Beats was, and I was lucky that everybody tipped me off to it, a lot of people didn't even know that very final scene in Angel Beats exists. And it's so pivotal, but yet it comes after the final credits of the final episode. And I've already met a few people who didn't even know it was there. And like I say, it's such a great wrap-up. Excuse me. Zurzul says Valmet and Chiquita and Coco are all top tier. They sure are. Oh, Valmet's ridiculous. Well, so is Chiquita. But Valmet is ridiculous. Yeah, and even Coco. She's just got that really exotic, different look, But Valmet is nuts. She's just crazy. Chrome says, by the way, not sure if you've heard, but they're remaking Rurouni Kenshin. So his pedo author is going to get a massive paycheck soon. Great. He's also being allowed to write a sequel manga at the moment. Jeez. Yeah, Big Green says there's way too many people who don't watch stuff past the credits and miss stuff like this. In fairness to them, Big Green, I could see it on that one. Because if I remember right, that one didn't have post-credit scenes. And the last episode before the credits, it ties up. I mean, it makes sense where it ends. But then you go at the end of the credits and there's just a little tidbit more. And it's like, holy crap, that's huge. I really liked Angel Beats. That was so good. Dimension Master says, Curtis, even if you don't react to it, do you keep up with the bridge stuff like SEO Bridge and you go, no, if I watch them again, it would be for the channel if I feel like we can be able to do it without dealing with the copyright strikes again. Tyler Herndon Williams says, use the trampoline, then you'll get over her. Oh, I didn't see what Tyler said. Let's see. Tyler says you might react to Kamen Rider and Super Sentai one day. Well, Tyler, the what we react to is generally dictated by the gang over at the Goosh at our Patreon. As a matter of fact, we have a poll going right now on the next series to be inserted over at the Goosh. So I never know. Money says, hey, Kurt, I've been gone for a while. I see that. I came back casually during the trivia stream, but I never reintroduced myself properly. It's good to see you again, pal. I'm glad you're in with us. Jack says inserted. Yes, certain words, including inserted, are always going to be funny. Philip says it's like me with Future Diary. I didn't know there were post-credit scenes until I watched them with you, Curtis. Yeah, you guys know I've gotten so paranoid about that now. I'm constantly checking, even on shows where I checked the first 10 episodes. It's like, I'm scared not to check episode 11 just in case. Zurzul says, fate, 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 fate. And Goosh Monkey, ignore me. Oh, I think that's going to win easily, isn't it? I looked last night, but it had a comfortable lead. Art Frauer says, your videos always get me through the day. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the laughs and good times. It's been really awesome to see you react to it'd be really awesome to see you react to the Ricky Gervais show. The comedy is right up your alley. Yeah, I like Ricky Gervais. I really liked Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes. that was prime Ricky Gervais. All right, guys. Well, I gotta go. Hey, thanks for the stream. This was a ton of fun. Thank you for the advice. Thanks for listening to me. We'll see how it unfolds as we go. But again, we've got to be able to, supply the Patreon with people, just so I can, if I'm to be able to keep doing this every day. But I would like to change the direction of the channel to a degree. And maybe what we'll do too, I forgot to mention this to you, these ones that are just, topical conversational or just similar to the one I made today, I'll make a new intro for it, just explaining to people, that we have a really cool anime hangout. So if you're into anime, please come on over and join us, and maybe that'll do it, because I think those will do well, not only with our group, which is important to me, but with the algorithm. And I'd say with as many anime fans as there are out there, we're bound to have some anime fans watching them too. Maybe they'll see the intro and come check us out. I don't know, but we'll figure it all out together. No doubts about that. Guys, thank you again for hanging out with me. This is so much fun. Now I got to go work out. I enjoy it, but 2 days after leg day, it's like, as I said, go work out, my quad muscles just went like that. And it's like, no, we're not getting up from here. So I'm going to try and negotiate with my quads to see if they'll let me walk back down the stairs and go to the gym. But thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you really soon.